Back again. Listen, Newcastle 1, Man United 0. Typical. We're here, man. This is what we come to realize, come to understand. You know, at the end of games, I kind of look at myself, and you could probably use the same picture, the same facial expression, the same emotion, and it's just one of disappointment, to be honest. Like, I'm not like. I enjoy the games that we win, the games that we expect to lose now. It's clear. And you know what's, I think the rawness for Man United fans, or just for us, or for me, for instance, is I have to look at Newcastle as a team that we've been neck and neck with. For instance, we had that game against them in the Carabao Cup. And in that game, we rolled our luck at times, but then we edged it, and that's why we got to lift up the cup. But ever since then, we played Newcastle, and we've been an embarrassment each and every single time. They keep getting revenge. They keep being better than us over and over again. And you have to ask yourself the question, well, what is this? Because these Newcastle players are not the greatest players in the world. Newcastle project, they're at the beginning stage. They're at like literally, you know, when Man City had Joe, that kind of early Robinho, they're early in their ascendancy, and this is what's happening already. Again, this is like, we've been on this journey before with City, with a team that gets the takeover and can get dangerous. But right now, what's happening on the pitches, we're being beaten. Tactically, we're being outplayed. Tactically, we had a team that wants it more. We had a team that 1 second balls. They were just, everything they wanted to do was better than us today. Literally, we were, the scoreline doesn't reflect how that game went today. The scoreline doesn't reflect, so you can't even be mad. You know, you can't be mad, but I am concerned. That's the main thing I will say, that I'm not mad, but I'm concerned because you talk about signings, you talk about players, and my thing is, now we can't make excuses. How many times we're gonna say when this player gets back, when he returns? I'd say when Amrabat gets in, Amrabat's in, still isn't the way what we want. We said, when Kobbie Mainoo gets in, still not what we want. When Wan-Bissaka gets back, Wan-Bissaka's in, still not what we want. When Shaw gets back, Shaw's in, still not what we want. It's getting ridiculous. Now we're gonna do the next one. When Casemiro gets back, Casemiro gets in, probably still not what we want. We're gonna wait for Mount. Come on, guys. It's actually like, it's beyond boring now. It's beyond boring, because my thing is, I will know like another team will play Newcastle, and there'll be fight. And that's what's missing sometimes. Fight and ability and skill and concentration, and even just like being comfortable, being sure in yourself on the ball. I'm not seeing things to build with. I'm not seeing a team that, you know, I'm like, you know, this is what we're going to be next. This is the journey. But I'm just sitting tight. I'm holding it down, but my manager just has to get busy. He has to get more. He has to get a tune out of these guys. Again, we can talk about structure, we can talk about all this stuff, but we need a tune. We don't get to say, hey, we're not going to try now until the window opens again. Again, I understand what this team is. I understand, I can tell you, yep, we're a team in transition. But a team in transition still has to give 110%, and that's what we're missing. I don't know the plan, you know. It's like we're just looking after, it's like personality FC, really. We're just trying to look after all these different personalities, and it's not cohesive. There's no cohesiveness in what we're trying to build right now. Again, we've forced Rashford out onto the right-hand side to try and get something from Rashford because we've got Garnacho. Now, Rashford's body language is poor. It's poor. It's not good enough. You know, he's not helping out. He's not doing enough. Another player that I love, Wan-Bissaka, love that player, one of my favorite players. But let's have it right today. Wan-Bissaka got cooked, sauteed, boiled, air fried, all of the things, any different style of cooking, that's what Wan-Bissaka got done today by Gordon. They just played around him. They were so much better. And you know, it's a shame because Wan-Bissaka even looks at Gordon. He checks over his shoulder. And how many times we've seen it this season? It's not just Wan-Bissaka that's done it. Delo's done it at times. You have a look and then you let him in. Again, that being in that position so close to the goal, you can't afford to do that. The team is just too slow to react. And again, it's an embarrassment. Man United fans can look at this team and feel no pride today because it was not a prideful performance. When you get to a point in the second half and you look and it's probably 80 minutes gone and you're like, hold on, we've had no corners. Then we finally get a corner, like, yeah, it's a corner. That lets you know how far, like, it could never happen at Real Madrid, never happen at Barca. And you know what? The thing is, We are mid-table. Mid-table United. That's what we become now. Again, I say I'm going to enjoy those. I'll enjoy Luton. I'm going to enjoy the game Everton, Nottingham Forest, because guess what, people? At the moment, that is our level. Unfortunately, it's so sad to say it, but the truth is the truth, innit? The truth is the only honest thing. Positively today, I can say Maguire had a good game. Maguire was all over the pitch, but then I had to really, my main focus really has to be, I have to now look at the manager and say, this McTominay, what do you want to call it? I don't want to call it an agenda, but this McTominay project, I'm struggling to understand when he's not a dangerous number 10, when he's not like the Marouane, you know, getting involved, and McTominay, when he's not involved in a game, off the ball or trying to stop another team from playing, he's non-existent. My manager, please fix the midfield. The midfield is crying out for it. Those Champions League games, yes, Onana is the flashpoint, absolutely the biggest flashpoint, but we have to deal with what the main thing. Why is it always basketball? Why is it always when we go against quality or teams that are even remotely good, it gets mad? It's just doesn't. We can't control a game, and it can't continue like this. Again, we're talking about coming from the Eredivisie, the style of it. You know, you're talking about the Johan Cruyff, like that era, that what your philosophy and what you believe in was not showing in this team right now. And you need to say, look, this part that you're doing, I get he brings so much, but right now in controlling games, we're not getting it. Find the partner for Kobe. Find the partner for Casemiro. Find the partner. It's not making sense. You can't tell me. I don't even know if I could say Mount would have been the difference today. These are the issues. These are honestly the issues. I'm not mad. The killer is I'm not mad. I'm just like, this is us. This is honestly us. And we're probably the most confusing side to watch. The most confusing side to say, how far is this journey going? You know, but we need some answers. What right now, the main thing is, can you get us some answers? Again, we got the El Madico. It's coming up against Chelsea. A big game. Chelsea totally mudded. Who's the most mudded? Because Man United should be doing better than this. Man United getting moved to, popped off the pitch today against Newcastle was an absolute disgrace. There's no way to break it down. We were a shambolic team. We were shambolic and the world was watching. Again, if you're trying to attract players to this club, you're probably looking at the performance saying, I'm not going. If two clubs, let's say one player can go to Newcastle, go to Man United right now, and he's saying, where do I want to go? Where do I want to play my football? Where do I want to start my career, kick on my career? You're not choosing us. You might choose us for the badge. You might choose us for legacy and history, but it's clear. It is clear. If you come down, like you came down from space, yeah, and you said, hey, let me just find out who's a good team, and you watch us play, bloody hell, you might just leave. You might say, let's just go back to Mars. Well, why? There's nothing for us on this earth, bro, because what them? Nah, I'm not believing it. We need to do better. Literally, this is just what it is. I've seen the good times. I've seen it all. We won the lot. I know that song, you know what I mean? And maybe I'm just saying, you know, I've had my lot. As a Man United football fan, I've seen what I needed to see, and now we just go, wait, are we in our Aquilani years? Are we in our dead, you know, them painful Liverpool? Is that what we become? Are we in that stage? Smearing in them, man. Is this the stage? Is this the phase that we're in? Who knows, innit? But we sit tight. Can't wait for the next win when it comes. I'll celebrate it. And we'll just see where we end the season, man. But move on to the El Madico. It's going to be crazy. See you on Wednesday. I'm out. Peace.